Thank you, Senator and Mr. Chairman, Senator Risch, Senator Heinrich. Thank you so much for this opportunity. And I'm a little bit nervous today because, not particularly because I'm in front of the committee, but because of how important this is. We have to fix this. And, you know, in my testimony, I'm going to refer to my personal observations. And Zach, if you'd put this up, we grazed the Route Medicine Bow National Forest, which is a forest in both Colorado and Wyoming. Our valley has a river that crosses the state line 32 times. So our ranch is in both states, Colorado and Wyoming. Our forests are in Colorado and Wyoming. And, you know, maybe the benefit to the committee is I have pretty wide understanding of how the system works because we're in both forests and two BLMs. You know, we understand the concept of how the regulatory system works. This is my grazing allotment. This isn't just 10 acres or 100 acres or 1,000 acres. This is hundreds of thousands of acres in the northwest Colorado, which is the headwaters of the Colorado River, one of the most threatened water systems in the United States and the world. A forest like this does not generate water. Why is the Family Farm Alliance so strongly for this bill? Because we understand that the water system is dependent on the forest system. We work with the Bureau of Reclamation across the western United States. Every Bureau of Reclamation irrigation district has a forest with issues like this. And the inability of the system to absorb the need, the money is there. You all have put the money into the system. The desire is there. And I'll give you a couple of personal observations. The Vice President of the Senate in Wyoming is Larry Hicks, probably the best person to put conservation on the ground that I've ever heard of. I said to him last year, how long in your 30-year career, how much have you gotten done of your vision? He said, maybe 20% because they won't let me in the forest. So we are a Joint Chiefs, in the Joint Chiefs process. This is the first year, so we got a late start because the dollars didn't come. He's going to do 2,000 acres of treatment on private and state land, 76 acres on the forest. What does that tell you? There's an impediment in the system to being successful in implementing. That's why your bill is so critically important. This is about implementation. There has to be a direction to the agencies that something gets done. And I've been on multiple tours with Nature Conservancy, with Trout Unlimited, as well as forest owners. In southern Wyoming, the Saratoga Mill needs 25 loads a day to keep in business. They're getting 12, and they've been told we're going to cut you back 40%. Why is that? Why is there this gap between a mill in Craig, Colorado that says if you will guarantee me 10 years of timber, I will invest $7 million tomorrow of my own money to expand the operation. So there's some disconnect going on of why the best programs that are out there that supposedly are going to move us to the success that we know that we need, why is it not happening? And I think we're going to have to put the pedal down and force the activities that we know need to happen. You know, a bunch of my friends, ranchers from Wyoming, are here today, as well as Senator Risch. A bunch of your people are with the Family Farm Alliance. We've had meetings all week with Forest Service, with the Interior, USDA. Two things happen with food on the national forest. One is the grazing part. And our family is cattle. We tell people cattle, sheep, horses, dogs, and children. Our wool goes to the dress uniforms for the military. We're proud of being part of the system. But the impediments of not being able to graze this are exactly why our business is at risk. But the second part that really hasn't been well discussed is the water that's generated from the national forest system throughout the West is the water that we make food with. And that food is now clearly restricted. That food from my place on the Colorado Wyoming line to the Yuma in the Imperial Irrigation District in California, the entire system is at risk because we can't generate enough water to grow the crops that we know that we need to have. You know, I would also like to support Senator Lujan's book, the bill on cost share, and with the terrible things that happened in New Mexico. We have members there, and we're very familiar with what happened there. And also, Senator Merkley and Daines have an infrastructure bill that's critical. And this is going to be everything from the sublime to mundane to fix. It's going to be big picture stuff. It's going to be little picture stuff. Your comments, Mr. Hurtican, about how difficult it is to recruit. So I have 3 different groups in Colorado and Wyoming that want to invest money. All they need is a facilitated process, because the the senator said earlier, that the litigation industry has been terrorized the ability to fix these forests. And what we need is the tools, which is what you're given in this bill, and as time goes on, further tools, because we have to demand success. We cannot accept failure in this particular enterprise. Thank you so much.
I'm going to thank all of you.